Good morning guys, welcome to Operation Crypto. Quick market update today, and also we will take a look at three assets that I've bought over the course of the last 48 hours really. I've done a few DCAs, some are in profit, some are slightly underwater still, but these are investments, and I think some of these investments that I've taken will be great for the future. So Bitcoin's currently back up to 30k, which is great to see. We've had a nice bounce so far. I've already got the bottom marked up here at 26,729. It's not a confluent area with anywhere really. I mean, it was a little bit of a liquidity area before we pumped up, but this is the area we should have been attacking, and we actually dropped straight through that and wicked right down to this level here. So 26,700 is that level. We've had a good reaction so far from the bottom there to the top. We've done a 16% move so far, which isn't too bad. For anything bullish though, we need to get back above 33k, and we still won't be bullish then, but it will just be an area that we really need to get back above and recover. It's an area of support here, and it was a few areas around here where we did act as support and resistance. So getting back above 33k is quite a level we need to really strive to get above. A couple of things to note on the daily time frame. Whenever the RSI has been oversold, the market has reacted very well. So if you look back into March of 2020, COVID dump, bang, the RSI went into the oversold territory and went on to rally. If you look back into May of 2021, the RSI was oversold, but it did continue to sell off over a period of, let's talk about 2 to 3 months before we did rally. And then if you look back in here of January of this year, the RSI was oversold again, and bang, we're into that territory now where we hit that oversold box. We've not gone as low as some of the other ones, but there's a good potential that that is a bottom, because usually what you do is get a flash wick down and then a recovery. Not instantly, we could bounce up and down. What could happen now is we could push up towards that 33k region, but then come back down. We could be a few months now of sideways action before we get any price action. While that's happening, some altcoins may start to just slowly recover or go sideways as well, but I would expect that some start to recover. I'm not going to say recover up to top, but recover back to some support levels which they'd find comfortable. So all in all, BTC, I think we've had that flash wick down that we're looking for. We still may come back down and retest it, but I think we're going to now go sideways up to 33k and potentially back down to 26, 27. So just be wary of that. Altcoins, if we did hit 33k and come back down, altcoins would go crashing down as well. If that did happen, we will get some great buying opportunities. And talking about buying opportunities, that's what I've done over the last couple of days. I've bought some assets, so let's have a look at them now. We'll start at the top. I've bought Polkadot so far. Wrong chart. Where's my Polkadot chart? Let's have a look for it. That's the one we use. Not sure I've deleted it. So Polkadot's currently at $9.90. That is crazy, considering we've been up to 55, but it's not the worst of them all. I think we've seen some horrific pullbacks, and I think this one is an asset that is just fundamentally strong, which I've been buying. The first buy for me actually was up around here, around $12 here. Well, this week here, I actually bought it just under $12, so at $11.75. I then bought a second lot down here at $9.96, just at the bottom of that box. And then we've actually wicked all the way down to $7.33, which is crazy. You're never going to catch a bottom. But as you can see, what's happened there, we've actually wicked right down to this previous wick that happened back in January of last year. So we've hit that level and bounced so far. If it doesn't bounce there, then I've got another level marked up, which is another area of support down at 455. So if you're looking for some buys on Polkadot, what I would personally do is ladder some down from what we're now $9.95, maybe around $8, all the way down to 450. We may not get back down to those levels, but there's no harm in having some stinky bids down there just in case the market did pull to the downside. So Polkadot is an asset that I've been buying. I've held my main bag from the bottom to the top, back down to the bottom, but I'm not fussed about that. I'm staking it and making a decent amount of Polkadot every day. Long-term vision on this one, I think personally, will really pay off. We've got ecosystem growth with all the parachains, which is just continuing to develop, new projects coming online all the time and looking to secure a parachain slot. The blockchain itself, I think, I don't know if it's ever had any downtime, which is hard to come by in some projects these days. So fundamentally, it's very, very strong. Price is not what it should be, in my opinion. I think it's not reacted as well as some thought. But I think buying at these levels is a bit of a game changer. And we are currently under this level of resistance. So really, anything under $10 is a decent buy for me. And that's exactly what I've been doing. If we go lower, keep some tether free. Don't just allocate everything under one and thinking, right, Andy says this looks cheap. It does look cheap, but there's always a possibility where markets can swing further to a downside, and those are some levels which you could really dream about. Personally, I think if it come down there, I would be deploying more capital down to that region. I'm not going to talk about any selling levels yet, because I think it's not a time to be taking profit currently. I think it's a time to be reallocating some funds that you've taken from that last bull run, or even if you're new to crypto, it's an area to start looking to diversify and investing at current levels. So that's the first one I bought, is Polkadot. The second one is RSR. I've put a few tweets out recently about this. I actually didn't manage to scoop this bottom either. I bought some at 5.7 cent. We're currently at 5.1. I actually bought some more maybe this morning. I can't remember. I'm starting to lose track of time. I think potentially early hours this morning when I was feeding my baby. About 200 I think I bought some. I bought some RSR down at around 4.2 cent. Not major buys, but just something just to start DCAing, because my previous RSR buy is actually up here. So I'm slightly underwater on my long-term investments. But I believe in the team's vision. I believe in the fact that mainnet could potentially change a lot of lives in a lot of countries' way they use funds. And some of these countries that have suffered from hyperinflation, I think, personally, I think RSR can solve that and at least give it a good go. So for me, it's a great buy. Down at these levels is some levels which I've not seen before. I mean, I've been in crypto since before we started, way before that. I never really looked at this asset until I saw this rise back in 2020, and I thought, wow, I do like this asset, and I've allocated funds to it back then, There's nothing changed other than slow progress. I think a few people start to get a little bit miffed at why it's taking so long, but I'm happy to wait. Mainnet is around 85% complete now, so whether it's out this year or not, I'm not too sure, but it will come out. Team are building. And it's an asset that I'm buying. So if you're looking to buy as well, I would allocate from anywhere under this level of resistance really. But if you're looking to buy now, 5 cent, well, it's not even 5 cent, is it? 0.005, so it's half of a cent. And I'd ladder them all the way down to 0.003. Levels around there, I think just absolutely crazy. So that's the second asset I bought, and the final asset I bought. I've only talked about this once on this channel. Currently up 35%. My buy is looking quite tasty at the minute. So I bought XTB Digital Bits. Again, last night when I woke up at early hours, I saw this drop down to this level of support at 10 cent, and I went into KuCoin and slapped that buy button and bought a big fat bag of XDB. Woke up and it actually dropped even further. It dropped down to 0.067, so 6.67%, which is crazy. But as you can see, when it's wicked down there, our size hit that oversold pot, and we've had a good reaction so far. From that wick to the bottom there to the top, so far we made 121% recovery. So if you manage to get some orders, some stinky bids filled down there, you're going to make some nice profit so far. I marked this level up because it was a key area of support. Resistance back here, then support there, so that was a decent level. I think 10 cent is a crazy buy level, considering partnerships that this team have got, the exchange listings that they have got coming up too, which could be tier 1, tier 2, who knows, but it's going to be massive. So more exchanges are better, gives other people opportunities who can't be on different exchanges to buy as well. Just be wary if the market did swing to the downside again and the market followed. You're going to look at buys that laddered from pretty much 10 cent all the way down to 6.7 within this area of support down here. So that's 3 assets that I've bought. 3 assets that if they drop further, I will continue to accumulate. So that's it. Just some quick thoughts on the market. 3 assets I've bought. Have a great day.